Our journey through Mill region, with its captivating charm, led us to Hallgrimskirkja the Turf Church. Located near Vatnajökull National Park, this region provides access to some of Iceland's most breathtaking glaciers. The Skeiðará Bridge Monument is located along the ring road near Hof in southeast Iceland. It serves as a poignant reminder of the massive flood triggered by 1996 eruption. The next morning, we checked out from the hotel and set off toward our first stop, a place called Vik, home to the renowned Vikurfjara black sand beach. Stepping out into the crisp, chilly air, we are immediately captivated by the roar and sheer grandeur of Skogafoss. A light, gentle drizzle has been falling since morning, shrouding the rugged Icelandic landscape in a soft, silvery mist. On our way back to Reykjavik from Skogafoss, we stopped at a small cafe for a quick lunch of fish and chips, perfectly golden and crisp on the outside, yet tender and flaky within. After a refreshing lunch break, we set off once again along the Golden Circle route, making our way toward Pingvellir National Park. After our meal, we noticed a shop across the street, Vinbudin, the State Alcohol and Tobacco Company of Iceland, which runs 51 retail stores across the country. Curious to experience the local flavors, we decided to pick up a few bottles of Brennivin, Iceland's iconic national drink. This wasn't just any national park, it was only place on earth where one could physically stand between two drifting continental plates. Here, the Eurasian and the North American plates slowly pulled apart, carving deep fissures into the land. The Rift Valley before us was striking testament to the restless power of the earth, a place where geology wasn't just something to read about, it was happening in a real time, shaping the landscape with each passing year. Due to continuous drizzling, the air became chillier. We slipped into our raincoats. This location served as a backdrop for filming Game of Thrones' most iconic scene, including the epic battle between Brienne of Tarth and the Hound in the season 4. From the observation deck, we could clearly see the cracks filled in by the lake, evidence of the tectonic plates slowly pulling apart. Some of these fissures had formed just in last few centuries, a reminder of the ever-changing nature of this land. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, Pingvellir is more than just a geological wonder. It is the heart of Icelandic history, home to the world's oldest parliamentary system, established in 1930 AD. As we walked through the rugged terrain, we marveled at the sheer scale of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a colossal fissure stretching over 16,000 kilometers or 9,950 miles. Standing at the edge of the divide, we peered into the dark crevices formed by the shifting forces beneath us. It was surreal to be in a place where continent met and parted, where nature and history intertwined so seamlessly. With a final glance at this extraordinary landscape, we continued our journey, leaving Pingvellir behind but carrying its story with us. a story of time, transformation, and the ceaseless motion of the earth. As the evening sky deepened into shades of blue and amber, we made our way back into Reykjavik, the city lights twinkling against the crisp Icelandic air. After days of exploring the country's untamed landscape, it felt both familiar and refreshing to return to the capital. After a quick freshen up, we regrouped in the lobby, ready to experience Reykjavik's dining scene. The 15 minutes walk to Hereford's Steakhouse, a very popular joint, for dinner was leisurely. The streets lined with charming buildings, cozy cafe, and the occasional bursts of laughter from locals and travelers alike. As we walked, we exchanged cheerful, happy Thanksgiving wishes with our fellow travelers, feeling grateful for the experiences we had shared. Hereford's Steakhouse welcomed us with its warm, inviting ambience. The dim lighting and the rich aroma of freshly prepared Icelandic dishes created the perfect setting for a memorable meal. We were served a 3-course meal with a soup, codfish steak, and a beetroot ice cream, delicately prepared to highlight its natural freshness. With full hearts and satisfied appetite, we stepped back into the crisp night air, strolling through the now quiet streets toward our hotel. My visit to this geothermal retreat was nothing short of magical, a perfect blend of relaxation, nature, and Icelandic tradition. As I arrived, a sleek modern architecture of Sky Lagoon seamlessly blended with the rugged Icelandic landscape. Sky Lagoon offers separate changing areas for men and women, and if you happen to forget your swimsuit, you can easily rent one on site. The moment I stepped into the steaming geothermal water, I felt the world fade away. The 75 meters infinity edge pool stretched into the horizon, creating the illusion that I was floating within the vast expanse of the North Atlantic. One of the highlights of Sky Lagoon is the 7-step ritual, a rejuvenating experience rooted in Icelandic's bathing culture. After soaking in the warm lagoon, I braced myself for the next step, a cold plunge. Beyond the physical relaxation, there was something deeply meditative about the entire experience. The rhythmic sound of the waves and the gentle steam rising from the water all combined to create a moment of pure tranquility. Sky Lagoon is more than just a spa. It is an immersion into Iceland's natural beauty and rich tradition. After a deeply relaxing time at the Sky Lagoon, we found ourselves back in the heart of Reykjavik, ready to experience something truly unique, the Icelandic lava show. Tucked away in a cozy venue, this show promised to bring the raw power of Iceland's volcano to life right before our eyes. As we stepped inside, the atmosphere was both welcoming and thrilling. As the show ended, we couldn't stop talking about it. Seeing molten lava up close wasn't just a spectacle, it was a rare glimpse into the raw power of nature, a reminder of how Iceland is constantly being shaped by fire and ice. Our next stop was a towering church, the magnificent Hallgrimskirkja. It is a Lutheran parish church at 74.5 meters tall. It is the largest church in Iceland and among the tallest structure in the country. Finally, our incredible Icelandic journey was coming to an end. To mark our last evening, we gathered with our tour group at Fiskfellagio, a fish company, the cozy yet elegant restaurant tucked away in Reykjavik's heart. The warm glow of candlelight flickered across the wooden tables as we settled in, sharing stories and laughter. The first course arrived, a steaming bowl of rich, flavorful soup, warming us against the evening chill. For the main course, we indulged in exotic fish steak, perfectly grilled and infused with Icelandic herbs and spices, followed with natural dessert, crafted from Iceland's pure ingredients, light, refreshing, and the perfect farewell to our adventure. On our way back to the hotel, we strolled through the heart of Reykjavik, the city twinkling with Christmas decorations, string of golden light draped across buildings and festive ornaments hung from lampposts, casting a warm glow on the quiet street. Before heading in for the night, we made one last stop at Hallgrimskirkja. The grand church, now illuminated against the dark sky, stood even more mesmerizing than before. Its towering presence, bathed in soft light, felt almost ethereal. With full hearts and unforgettable memories, we continued our walk, letting the city's quiet magic guide us back to our hotel. The next morning, our Icelandic adventure came to an end as we set off for our journey back, Reykjavik to Frankfurt, then onwards to Delhi. During our layover in Frankfurt, a soft melody caught our attention in the bustling airport. A man sat at public piano, his finger gliding effortlessly over the keys, filling the space with a tune so beautiful that for a moment the rush of travel seemed to pause. As we finally touched down in Delhi, we carried more than just souvenirs. We carried moments of awe, laughter, and wonder. Iceland had left an imprint on our heart, a collection of beautiful memories that we knew we would cherish for a lifetime.